Welcome to the Efficientpreneur Show with Ahmed Al-Karemli, where you learn how to build and scale your business profitability online with less time, effort, and cost, so you can enjoy a fulfilling lifestyle.
Hi everyone, AK here, and welcome to the Efficientpreneur Show. Today I have with me Nathan Hirsch. He is the founder of FreeeUp, and he's an outsourcing expert. Welcome to the show, Nathan.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. Pretty pumped to be here.
Pleasure, my pleasure. So what's your story? Tell us more about your story before the outsourcing world.
Yeah, so I started an Amazon business out of my college dorm room. I started buying and selling people's textbooks to earn a little bit of money on the side, and books slowly led me to learn more about Amazon, and this was back in 2008 where they were just starting to become more than a bookstore. So I started experimenting with sporting equipment and DVDs and computer games and stuff that I was very familiar with, and I just kept failing over and over and over. The only thing I could get to sell were these books. So it wasn't until I branched out of my comfort zone and discovered the baby product industry that my business started to explode. So I was a 20-year-old single college guy selling baby products on Amazon, and that's how I grew my first business. But I was 20, I was 21, I didn't know what I was overwhelmed with work. I was balancing business, personal life, and college, and I was working 20 hours a day. And so I had to start hiring people, and I quickly realized that college kids, not very reliable, and no 30-year-old wanted to work for me. I was a 20-year-old entrepreneur, I didn't know what I was doing. So I got thrown into the remote hiring world, the Upworks, the Fiverrs, and I got pretty good at it, and I hired some really amazing people, but I also made some mistakes, and I learned a lot along the way. And so what I really wanted to do was build my own platform, something faster, something better, and that's when I built FreeeUp. So that's kind of the short version of how I went from a broke college kid to starting my own company to getting into the outsourcing world.
So tell me more about Portlight. It was like an e-commerce company? This episode is brought to you by the Efficientpreneur Club. The Efficientpreneur Club is a private and affordable one-on-one business coaching club for business owners and entrepreneurs who want to build and scale their business profitability and performance with less time, effort, and cost, and without risking their freedom. So whether you are still figuring out the right business model, strategy, and pricing, or you need help to improve your funnels, ads, sales, and conversion, then the Efficientpreneur Club is for you. Your business challenges are not going to fix themselves unless you fix them today. And the consequences of not addressing that today is your business profitability and performance will not improve, and your relationships and health will continue to be affected. It's no wonder that building and scaling a business becomes so stressful over time, but it doesn't have to be that way. The Efficientpreneur Club will help you take your business to the next level with a private and affordable one-on-one coaching with me personally, tailored to your unique needs. I will help you clarify your direction, set a strategic action plan, and guide you step by step to build and scale your business efficiently. The Efficientpreneur Club will also provide access to an extensive how-to video library, the most highly recommended tools, and a supportive community of like-minded business owners to help you along the way with feedback, encouragement, and advice. The Efficientpreneur Club is the perfect place to be if you want to maximize your profits, minimize your workload, and scale your freedom and efficiency. So check it out at efficientpreneurclub.com and say bye-bye to generic courses, secretive gurus, and expensive mentors.
Yeah, we sold baby products on Amazon for the most part, and eventually we branched into toys and home goods, but baby products was the main thing. And yeah, I mean, I got into Amazon at an amazing time in 2008, before there were courses, before there were gurus, before people knew what they were doing on Amazon. And I started to scale that business, and I mean, at one point we were doing over $5-6 million a year in sales, and that really set the tone for a lot of just entrepreneurial lessons that I would learn along the way about sales and landing deals with manufacturers or managing people. And I eventually opened up an office and then got rid of it and went back to remote to my hiring process. It all kind of developed from that first experience running my first business.
And then you decided to, like, you didn't find what you want in Upwork or Fiverr, and you decided to start FreeeUp, or how it happened? What happened?
Yeah, I mean, I found some good people, but it just took forever. I mean, I would post a job, get 50 people to apply, interview them one by one, and I just wanted something faster. I'm all about speed, and I kept looking and looking, and when I couldn't find it, I built it myself. So the whole concept of FreeeUp was what I wanted in a marketplace. I mean, we get thousands of applicants every week, virtual assistants, freelancers, agencies from all over the world. We vet them, take the top 1%, let them in, and then make them available to our clients quickly whenever they need them. On the back end, 24/7 support in case you have the smallest issue or question. And then lastly, a no turnover guarantee. If someone quits for any reason, we cover replacement costs and get you a new person right away. So that's really what I was all about, the pre-vetting, the speed, the customer service, and the protection. And I really built the platform from what I liked and what I didn't like about the other ones.
So how do you filter people to the 1%?
Yeah, so we vet them for skill, attitude, communication. We have skill tests depending on what it is, so that's different for the skill. And we're not necessarily looking for someone who's a 10 out of 10. I mean, there's a time and a place for someone who's a 7 and a 6 if they're priced accordingly and they're honest about what they can and cannot do. On the flip side, I mean, attitude is so important. We care a lot about that. We do one-on-one interviews with people, look for people who are not aggressive, who are positive, who can hit deadlines and not give personal excuses. On the back end, we have communication best practices. We have 15 pages of best practices, all based on my own communication experiences with freelancers that they have to memorize and get tested on before they get on the platform. So skill tests, one-on-one interviews, communication best practices, and only the top 1% get in.
And then they can, like, you know, how it works by like they price people by hour or by project, or how it works?
Well, once they're in, they get access to our project board and to our clients who are requesting projects, requesting freelancers. And, I mean, we're a marketplace. They set their own rates, whether it's hourly, fixed price. If they want to change their rates for different skills or services that they offer, they're welcome to do it. So it's free to sign up on both sides. There's no sign-up fee, no monthly fee for the client or for the freelancer. We take a percentage, 15% of every hour billed or fixed prices too. And that's how we make our money. So the freelancer has pure freedom to run his business on our platform, and the clients and the freelancers connect, and the clients know that they are getting access to a high percentage, and we back it up in case anything doesn't go the way they want.
The 15% continues, or like after a certain amount will drop?
So it's 15% with a $2 minimum per hour and 15% on fixed prices. It continues. You can buy people off the platform, but for the most part, people keep them on the platform, and it continues.
So what else? What's unique about it? Like still, I'm looking for something more unique about your service.
Yeah. It's the pre-vetting access to top talent. It's the speed. I mean, you might go on another site, post a job, and it takes you 3 weeks to find someone. With us, we have clients we fill the request within a business day, usually faster. We have clients who get started within hours or minutes. So if you need a project today, or you don't want to wait 2 weeks, you got that speed. Our customer service, in case anything goes wrong, I know that I would put it against any customer service out there. And the no turnover guarantee. We both know what hassle it is to have someone just quit on you and have to start over and find someone and get them and onboard them. With us, we cover all replacement costs. We get them a new person right away. So that's really what we're all about.
So how do you cover that? Like, let's say I hired someone and I agreed with them to pay them $10 an hour, and then they quit after 20 hours and I already paid. Do you pay the 20 hours to the customer and then you find them someone else, or how it works?
Yeah, I mean, if the project wasn't done for that situation, we would probably just give you 10 free hours towards the next person. But let's say that you spent 2 weeks onboarding someone, and in 3 months they quit on you, we would cover the first 2 weeks of the next person. Or if someone's building you a website and they quit halfway through it, we would get you another developer. We would figure out what the cost would be, what the difference is between that developer and the first one, and make sure that you're credited so that at the end of the day, you're not going to end up losing money in that situation.
Do you have like teams as well, or only individuals?
No, so I mean, we've got agencies and freelancers on our platform. So if you prefer to go with an agency or a team of people, you can do that. I mean, we've got agencies that are 10 different people working out of an office. We've got other agencies that might be a husband and wife or a husband and wife and some people that work for them. But then we also have solo people that you can hire and kind of build your own team. So it just depends how you want to go about it.
And in terms of what I wanted to ask, like in terms of speed, like what do you mean by speed? Like also I'm gonna post a job and then people will apply for it and then I have to filter those people and ask them questions, or your team get involved in the process?
Yeah, we get involved in the process. So you're not submitting a request and getting 50 people. We're introducing you to normally one person by default. And you can meet with them, make sure you like them. If you like them, you can click hire or negotiate their rate. If you don't like them, you can click pass and provide us feedback. And we get you someone else based on that feedback. Now, if you want to meet 2 or you want to meet 5, we're happy to do that as well. But most people come to us because we're pretty good at matching you up with someone right away so that you can get started. And like I said, we have people who put in a request. We send them someone within an hour or so. They meet with them, they like them, and then they get started same day. So, I mean, that speed is important as an entrepreneur.
So the process, basically, I want to hire someone, I send the platform my request, and you find me and recommend for me only one.
That's the default, yes. But if you want us to send more, we always can.
But I like that. So it's that's the different thing that I was looking for. This point, what's different? Because usually in the other platforms it doesn't work like that. In Upwork, or you apply and then many people will apply for the job, and then you have to have the skills to filter those people, and that's what actually takes time. You ask questions and they reply you, and so
yeah,
basically
there's no browsing either.
Yeah, so basically you recommend, like I want a VA, you recommend for me the VA with a specific tasks or skills, and then if it didn't work, you replace it.
Exactly, and if you put in, hey, I need a VA that can work every Saturday morning, we're only going to introduce you to someone that wants to work every Saturday morning. So it's going to save you a lot of time.
What's the range of prices, let's say, for VAs?
I mean, we have freelancers from 5 to 100 plus per hour, and I like to divide it up between 3 levels. You got basic, mid, and expert. So a basic level freelancer, $5 to $10 an hour, non-US. They're followers. They're there to follow your systems, your processes. The mid-level, $10 to $30. Those are more specialists. The graphic designers, the bookkeepers, the writers. I mean, you're not teaching someone how to do graphic design, but they're not consulting with you either. They're in that 10 to 30 range. Then the 25 and up, those are the experts, the consultants, the agencies that are bringing their own expertise to the table, consulting, project managing, executing high-level game plans. So it just depends what level you're looking for. When people say VA or they say outsourcing, a lot of times they're talking about that $5 to $10 an hour range, and you can agree to fixed weekly or fixed monthly price too. But they're the followers. They're if you have your systems and your processes in place.
And do you have an escrow account in between? Like, do you keep the money and then you release it later to the freelancer, or how it works?
Yeah, so the default is hourly. So if we say Bob is $10 an hour, our fee's already included. You're paying $10 an hour, nothing else. You can negotiate if you want to, and it's up to Bob if he wants to accept, reject, or counter. And if you do hourly, our billing periods are Wednesday to Tuesday. We charge you every Thursday, and you have a week to dispute anything before we pay the freelancer the next Thursday. Now, if you do fixed price, that's where the escrow comes in. We bill the fixed price up front, and we can hold it and we can release it depending on what you and the freelancer agree to. If it's certain milestones and you confirm and then we release it, or if it's, hey, it's a 1-month project, pay him 1 quarter every week, or if it's, hey, this is reoccurring the first of every month and we'll charge you up front and give the freelancer the go-ahead. So it just depends how you want to set it up.
What do you advise new business owners and entrepreneurs in terms of outsourcing? What's the steps beside going to your platform?
Yeah, really understanding what you want is so important. I mean, I mentioned those 3 levels. I can't tell you how many people they hire an expert to follow their systems or their process when you really should be relying on their expertise. Or they hire someone for $5 an hour and say, hey, I don't know how to run Facebook ads. You do it. Here's my budget. And they don't have a good experience. So really defining what you're looking for, not just the levels, but what kind of culture, what kind of skills do you want them to have, what kind of schedule or availability, what's important for you in terms of communication. And one thing that I do is I know myself very well. I know that I talk fast. I have high expectations. I don't want to repeat myself, and I have certain pet peeves and a culture that I've created. So I try to look for people that match working with me, because even the best freelancers in the world aren't the best fit for every single client in the world. So you want to really identify what's it like working for me, what's it like working for my company, and find people that are going to be a good fit in that situation.
And in terms of price, like, is it like fixed? If I come as a customer, want to hire someone, I say, can I give you a range? And do you negotiate also with the suppliers, or because you just follow the rate that they have set when they applied for your platform? If you have enjoyed today's episode, I would like to invite you to check out efficientpreneurclub.com. The Efficientpreneur Club is the right membership for you if you've been working to grow your business for a while now and things aren't happening as fast as you want. If you are tired of generic courses, secretive gurus, and expensive mentors who charge $2,000 to $5,000 a month, then fob you off onto sub-coaches or connect with you in group coaching calls. If you are already stressed out about your business model, sales, productivity, team, and systems. If you are scrambling in the evenings and on the weekends and you never have time for yourself and your family. Those problems are not going to fix themselves unless you fix them today. Why? Because your business profitability and performance are not going to change unless you do, and your relationships and health will continue to be affected. Building and scaling a business becomes so stressful over time, but it doesn't have to be that way. The Efficientpreneur Club is a private and affordable one-on-one business coaching club for business owners and entrepreneurs who want to build and scale their business profitability and performance with less time, effort, and cost, and without risking their freedom. The Efficientpreneur Club will help you take your business to the next level with a private and affordable individual coaching with me personally. I tailor the program to your unique needs. I will help you clarify your direction, set a strategic action plan, and guide you step by step to build and scale your business efficiently. The Efficientpreneur Club will also provide access to an extensive how-to video library, the most highly recommended tools, and a supportive community of like-minded business owners to help you along the way with feedback, encouragement, and advice. The Efficientpreneur Club is the perfect place to be if you want to maximize your profits, minimize your workload, and scale your freedom and efficiency. So check it out at efficientpreneurclub.com and say bye-bye to generic courses, secretive gurus, and expensive mentors.
Yeah, so on your request, you can put in a range. So if you, hey, my range is $5 to $7 an hour, and we'll fill it in that range. Or you can say, hey, my max is 10, or I want to pay 5. I mean, you can put in whatever you want, and we do our best to fill that request. Once we introduce you, we'll give you the rate that the freelancer gave us, plus our fee, so it's included. And then if you want to negotiate, let's say that we say Bob is $10 an hour, and you say, hey, I want to offer Bob 8. We'll go to Bob, tell him what it is after our fee, and it's up to him if he wants to accept, reject, or counter. So you can, of course, negotiate. You can agree to fixed prices if you want to. I mean, as long as our fees are going to be in there, as long as you're happy and the freelancer's happy, then we're happy.
What kind of, let's say, services you focus on, like e-commerce, others?
Yeah, so we have over 100 skills on the platform. Our main 2 targets are e-commerce companies and marketing agencies, but that's a little bit more just who we target. I mean, we work with real estate agents and software companies, but we have 100 skill sets. I mean, on the lower end, customer service, virtual assistant work, data entry, bookkeeping. On the mid end, you got writers and Amazon listers and web developers, and on the expert end, Facebook ads and social media and even e-commerce experts. So there's really over 100 skill sets. If you go to FreeeUp.com with 3E/pricing, you can see all the skills we offer on the platform, and we're trying to constantly update that.
Have you developed something in terms of tracking staff, like example, cameras, they sit somewhere, or they are just freelancers, you don't have that, such service?
Yeah, it's a good question. We don't have anything like that. I mean, the freelancer clocks in, clocks out. They can send manual adjustments or do the fixed price. We don't have any kind of monitoring. If you want to use Time Doctor or Hubstaff, I mean, there's plenty of really cheap tools out there, and if you want it and the freelancer agrees to it, then that's totally fine. But that's not something that we do. That's not something I personally believe in. I mean, I have 40 freelancers and virtual assistants that I work with, and I build that trust factor. And we also give you a week to dispute any invoice before we pay the freelancer. So we charge you on Thursday, and you have a full week to dispute it before we pay the freelancer the next Thursday. So we want to put you have a monitoring screen like that.
How many freelancers you have now versus customers, if you can share these details? Like, I want to see how big is the platform. Yeah.
We have about 1,500 freelancers on the platform, probably more than that now. That number was from the end of last year. And then in terms of clients, I mean, we have thousands of clients all over the world. I mean, you have some clients that use us every week. You have other clients that come and go for different projects.
How did you market for your platform when you launched it and when you started the company?
It's funny, for the first year and a half, we really didn't do any marketing. We relied on two things. One is podcasts and Facebook Lives and webinars like this, getting in front of different audiences. I do a lot of them. And then second is our referral program. Any clients you refer, you get 50 cents for every hour that we build to them forever. So through that, different influencers, different partners, different clients started promoting us to different communities. And that's really how we got out there. And once we started to make money and get bigger, that's when we started to invest in Facebook ads and Instagram and Twitter and SEO and our blog and everything else.
What are the challenges of the outsourcing industries? How do you see it?
Yeah, that is a great question. I mean, the challenges are always that there's some personal preference that goes in, right? I mean, we hire a graphic designer, and you might have the same graphic designer work for 10 different clients, and 9 of them love the work, and for one of them, it's the worst project he's ever seen. So there's always going to be that kind of personal preference in there. To be honest, it doesn't come up that much. I think freelancers, for the most part, do a really good job of adjusting to the client's needs and wants. But there always is going to be that element of where it's opinionated or it's personal preference. And from there, it's just about, hey, how do we make both sides happy and move forward and make sure people are taken care of?
Okay. And do you have a co-founder with you, or?
I do. I don't know if I have a picture. I don't have a picture here, but yeah, my business partner Connor lives in Denver. I handle a lot more of the front side, the sales, the podcast, the face, and a lot of the processes, the systems, handling the customer service and all that. And he does a lot more on the marketing, the software, the website, and everything that goes along with the back end.
None of you with HR background, or?
No HR background.
How about him? How did you meet? How did you meet your co-founder? Just from entrepreneurial perspective, how did you build a company? Did you raise capital? How did you meet your co-founder?
Yeah, so neither of us have an HR background, but we both hired a lot of people together. And Connor was actually my first hire back in the day. I posted a job on Facebook. He was the first person that messaged me, and I didn't have an interview process. I didn't know what I was doing. I hired him really quick because I needed someone, and he ended up being one of my best hires. I mean, he was smart. He learned from the beginning. He was passionate about the business. And so from there, I eventually made him my business partner. And with both companies, we started with less than $5,000. So, I mean, I'm not a big believer in funding. I think we've kind of gotten into that Shark Tank mentality where you need $500,000 to start a business when the internet today makes it possible to start with a lot less. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of our story.
Can you find the USVA with good USVA, let's say with $10 an hour on your platform?
No, so we don't really provide US freelancers in that lower level tier. They're all those specialists or those experts, and the US freelancers on our platform are 20 plus per hour.
Okay, where is your freelancers from in general?
We're about 40% US, 40% Philippines, and 20% scattered around the world.
Okay. What are the tools, like let me ask you about your personal life a little bit. What are the tools that you are using to make you run the company more efficiently from day to day?
Yeah, I keep it very basic. I mean, I've managed 40 people, and I use Skype, I use email, I use WhatsApp and Viber, I use Jira for developers, and I use Trello for projects. And that's really it. I keep everything in writing. I don't do a lot of Skype calls. I do a lot of group chats, and that's really how we've effectively run a business with people all over the world in different time zones, keeping it simple. And I mean, I have a lot of clients that are way bigger than FreeeUp that use Asana and Slack and all these other crazy softwares, but I like to practice what I preach, and I obviously I do a lot of that, but I also preach today that you don't need to go crazy. You can use Google Docs and stuff like that, free tools to manage a lot of people.
You allow definitely the customers to use whatever tools or communicate the way they want with the freelancers, right?
Absolutely.
What's your daily routine? How do you approach your day from the time you wake up until you sleep?
That's funny. That was my Facebook post today. I don't know if you saw it, but I kind of posted my routine. I mean, I get up early. I'm up by 6 to 7 every day. The first 2 hours of the day, I'm catching up. I'm working on projects before all the craziness. That's kind of my time to really focus and plan out the day. The rest of my day is usually a combination of client calls, partner calls, podcasts, webinars, Facebook Live, or other different marketing stuff. And then about 4:30, I go to the gym every day. I work out for an hour, really intense workout. And then by the time I get home, my girlfriend's home, and from there we take the night off and do different things. Last night we saw Hamilton, which is pretty cool, and try to take some time off or prepare for the next day. Sometimes I might have a call or two at night, but nothing too crazy.
What other habits you're trying to develop to stay efficient during your day?
For me, it's all about scheduling. I mean, I like to book time off in my calendar, and I have my day planned out on like the 30-minute mark. It's like boom, 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 trying to go down. So for me, that's efficient. Prioritizing is huge when you're an entrepreneur. So I keep my Trello prioritized and what tasks I should do. So in the morning, whatever projects are up next, I can just grab them and get to work and go on to the next one. And before the day's out, I'll reorganize my Trello for the next day, depending on what I got done. So for me, it's all about that time in the morning when no one's bothering you. You just get caught up and just keeping in mind that prioritizing and the scheduling.
Okay. And what happened to the Amazon company? Did you sell it? Shut it down? Is it still running?
Yeah, so I shut it down at January of last year. So, I mean, we were running it, we were crushing it, we were doubling every year, and the courses and the gurus came out there, and we were no longer doing that. I mean, we were staying steady, we were making some money, we weren't really enjoying it anymore, and we kind of launched FreeeUp on the side, and once FreeeUp started to really take off, we wanted to shift all our attention towards FreeeUp.
What's the best advice you have ever received?
Ooh, best advice. So when I used to work at Firestone, they really just preach customer service from top to bottom. I mean, I can't tell you how many customer service training seminars I went to, and for me, that really stuck. And both with my Amazon business and with FreeeUp, I've really made customer service a focus and a core. And for me, that was kind of the lesson is it doesn't matter what industry you're in or what business model. Customer service is the way that you can compete with other businesses. I mean, we're never going to have a bigger software budget than Upwork. You can't compete with marketing budgets of other companies that are public or huge, but you can always have better, more personal customer service. And I think a lot of people lose focus on that.
Favorite books? Any favorite books?
So Start With Why is a great one. It kind of relates to me a lot because when I was a young entrepreneur, you're always thinking, oh, money's everything, and it doesn't really matter what I do as long as I'm making a lot. And with Amazon, I wasn't passionate about baby products then. I'm still not passionate about baby products now. But I learned a lot, and I crushed it, and I made a good amount of money. But at the end, I just didn't love doing it anymore. And with FreeeUp, I mean, I get to go on Facebook Lives and podcasts and help other entrepreneurs and help businesses scale from the client side and make a difference. And on the freelancer side, people show me their houses and their cars and all the things they're able to do with that opportunity. And for me, that's been a lot more rewarding. And it all kind of comes back to the purpose of why. Why do you run your business? It's not how you do it, it's why you do it.
Any top, mentors that helped you, or the best business mentor that have helped you through your journey?
I've honestly never had a business mentor or coach. I've always been a little bit out there trying to try things out for myself, for the good or for the bad, but that's just the truth.
What makes you really happy?
I just love freedom and trying new things. I think that's one of the things that constricted me back when I had internships and other jobs before college. Is I just hated having to do the same thing or not being able to be creative and use my brain and try new things and experiment and see what works and what doesn't work. So for me, that kind of trumps everything else. That freedom and flexibility. That I want to do, and findings, whether it's travel or food or new activities. We just did an escape room for the first time a few weeks ago. For me, that's what life's all about.
How many VAs or assistants you have now or staff to run the company?
Over 40, but they're all remote. We have no office. This is my home office, and yeah, they're all over the world. And we got them from our platform, the same people that are available to our clients.
You don't find it sometimes difficult that you don't have the same control when they are with offline staff, or no problem? Or you put backups?
Yeah, I mean, I used to think that, and that's why I opened up an office originally, and I took a bunch of remote people and I brought them together, and I thought, oh, they'll be more productive, I'll have more control over them, and to be honest, I had a much different experience. It led to more drama and more issues and people feeling like they were forced to be there and creating a 9-to-5 job for myself. So for me, I went remote and I have no desire to go back the other way.
Thank you so much, Nathan. Last question, how people can contact you? I know that you even allow on your FreeeUp that you talk to the founders. So tell us more about that and tell people how they can reach out to you.
Yeah, so if you go to freeup.com with 3 E's, my calendar is right at the top. You can book a meeting with me. You can check out our blog. You can check out our YouTube channel. A lot of great content about hiring. But you can also create an account, mention this Facebook Live, mention this recording, get a $25 credit towards your account, and we look forward to helping you out however we can.
Thank you so much, Nathan. Really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. Be efficient and stay efficient so you can build and scale your business efficiently online with less time, effort, and cost. And see you soon with another expert.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Thanks for watching or listening. It means the world to me if you would leave an honest review of the show on iTunes or any other podcast platform that you are listening through. And big thanks to all the people who have already reviewed the show.
Discover how to build and scale your business profitability and performance with less time, effort, and cost. Check out efficientpreneur.com.